Yogini, Sip Ranjana, Sip Girish. I hope you're good. Sip Gaurish, Sip Premchandji, Sip Sagai, Sip Sadanand, Sip Atmatrai, Sip Sukeshni, Sip Briko, Sip Krishan, Sip Rutanu, Sip Sanjay, Sip iPhone, Sip Vanita, Sip Anil, Sip Komal, Sip Deepa. And the rest of you, Sip, I can't see. Welcome to the call. I'm sorry, I was just running from the airport and I just made it here. And I hope that I'm not too late. I'm not sure what's the time. But let us start. Administrator, the subject for today's discussion. When the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth? This is a very, very challenging, advanced session of seekers. When the mind and ego don't exist, then how can they take rebirth? So should I explain this first of all? What is the meaning? We all talk about how the mind and ego takes rebirth. We all talk about it. But the mind and ego don't exist. If the mind and ego don't exist, then how the hell can they take rebirth? This is the subject of discussion. So who is going to be the master who will explain this to us today? I'm repeating, when the mind and ego don't when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth? So this is the challenging question we have today. And the Atmatra would be the first one. I can't see the what is kept where. Yes, 1 second, please. Move this, make it straight. Make this straight. I'm sorry for that. Yes, please.
Sure.
Sure.
Sir, when we are in consciousness, there is the mind and ego.
Yeah.
When we can achieve 100% consciousness, we can live in consciousness.
You're not getting the point. I am repeating the question to you. Who takes rebirth?
Mind and ego.
But does the mind and ego exist?
It appears only, sir.
No. Do they exist or they don't exist?
Exist.
They exist.
When we are not in
today's session is direct nirvana session. Today's session is a direct nirvana session. Means if you are able to answer today's session, straight moksha. Straight moksha.
Okay.
Very simple. It's very, very simple. So let me apply your mind. Komal.
Okay.
Komal, Bliko, Shivani, Rutanu, Meenakshi.
Yes, Namaste, everybody.
Sure, bolo Komal.
My mind is like mind and body doesn't exist, but actions happen because of mind and body. And those karmas which we do because of mind and body, that takes rebirth, maybe. Because of that.
Again, I'm repeating the question to you. Suppose I tell you, रॉकी और रानी की प्रेम कहानी उसका मतलब रॉकी और रानी दोनों की प्रेम कहानी बट सपोज देयर इज नो रॉकी एंड रानी तो फिर किसकी प्रेम कहानी
actors because they are acting
no there is no Rocky and Rani. I'm just trying to make you analogy to make it easy for you. Bliko. And whoever is able to come to the level of explaining, I will give you the chance to explain it fully again after some time. Bliko.
Everybody. So this mind and ego doesn't exist, but it appears it is experienced by us. and that is uh, similar to illusion. And when we are in the illusion, this is the ignorance, and this ignorance is the cause of our birth.
The cause
Actually,
of
soul cause of rebirth or uh, what is the question? Let me. Okay, so that is the cause of rebirth. Yeah.
when the
So
mind and ego, when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth?
so mind and ego is an illusion, and that ignorance is the cause of our rebirth. When we believe that we are soul, we are Atma, there is no rebirth.
So you are
That is what I can explain because
no,
because
Bliko,
mind and
Bliko,
ego
Bliko,
is
Bliko,
experienced.
Bliko. Pray in consciousness to explain it better. I'm shortlisting you to come back on the next round. You can explain it better. I am telling you that. You have aligned yourself in the right thought, but please try to explain it better, because don't give up. You should no. The idea is this, Bliko.
Hmm.
If you're able to say the answer with conviction,
Correct.
without hesitation, then that is realization. So you try after one round is over. Don't go away anywhere. After Bliko, we have got Shivani Rutanu. Shivani and Rutanu.
Yes, Shivoham.
Shivoham.
Yeah,
Shivani.
I have to say about mind that there is no such thing as mind, because
Okay.
what we say mind is just a bundle of thoughts.
Very good.
Otherwise, there is no mind.
Very good. So tell me, when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth?
Mm, they don't take rebirth.
Then who takes rebirth?
No. Mind there, जब mind है ही नहीं, there is no such thing as mind. How will it take a birth?
Exactly.
ego-
वही तो बोल रहा हूँ. तो वही तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ. Who takes rebirth? The dog, the cat, the snake, the body, the nose, the heart, the kidney, the liver, the lungs. Who takes rebirth?
Nothing, because that is just a body. That is part of the. They don't take
Body,
any birth.
body returns to ashes.
Yes.
Soul departs.
Yes.
Who takes rebirth?
That I don't know.
You don't know. Then you wait. If you don't know who takes rebirth, then you have to learn that first.
Okay.
Your first lesson is to learn who takes rebirth.
Okay.
So who takes rebirth? The answer is mind and ego. But if the mind and ego don't exist, then who takes rebirth? Rutanu. Shivani, you're a little new to this call, so please try to get a big picture before end of the call. If you have doubt, I will help you. Rutanu.
Shivoham Guruji.
Yes, namaskar. Bolo ji.
Guruji, actually, if mind and ego is not there, then we are in total consciousness and we get enlightenment. But if the bundle of thoughts is there and ego is there, then we'll take rebirth with this bundle of thought and ego along with karma.
Correct. Absolutely correct. The mind is bundle of thoughts and the ego takes rebirth because of karma. Absolutely correct. The question is, when there is no mind and ego, then how can they take rebirth?
But it
Wait,
becomes
wait,
no
wait.
when
Wait. Does the mind and ego exist or no, does it not exist?
in my case now it's existing.
So you're saying because the mind and ego exists, it takes rebirth? Are you saying like that?
Yes.
So you will take rebirth.
Yes, I will not be able to attain moksha.
Why you will not be able to get in moksha?
I think my pradap karma and this janm karma, I don't think so. It will. give
So
me
wait for the right answer. Okay, Meenakshi Jain. Meenakshi Jain. Yes, please. See, okay, before Meenakshi Jain, let me quickly put this together. Who takes rebirth? The mind and ego carrying karma takes rebirth. The question is, mind and ego take rebirth. But the question, the second question is when the mind and ego does not exist, then how can the mind and ego take rebirth? Meenakshi Jain.
Hi, sir. Sir,
Yes.
mind and ego does not take rebirth. They, through their actions, like they binds the karma, they creates the karma because of our negative thoughts, because of our toxic thoughts. We bind the karma. We create the karma, which will take rebirth through the body, obviously. So that can be anything in any form. Like we can be bird or anything. The rebirth will be
Clear.
through
Be
karma.
clear, first of all. Even Shivani, be clear. Meenakshi, be clear. Who takes rebirth? It's the mind and ego. Be very clear. It's the mind and ego. If anybody has doubt about who takes rebirth, you need to come and ask me the question before this call is over. So, Meenakshi, who takes rebirth?
Mind and ego.
Mind and ego. That is the point you first understand. But the mind and ego don't exist.
It takes rebirth through karma, which they are binding. No?
That's okay. The question is who takes rebirth,
Mind and ego.
but the mind and ego doesn't exist.
Yes.
So then who takes rebirth?
Mind does not exist, but because of mind, we take, I mean, the soul goes into some body, another body.
Correct. But the mind and ego, where is the mind? You cannot find. Where the ego says that says I is a lie. There is no mind and ego. Then who takes rebirth? Socho, Vanita.
Okay.
Mind and ego don't exist, right? But if a person who not a realized person who thinks that he is not a body, he is a body, mind, and ego. With that thought, when and as a doer, when the action is performed, the karma and the past action combined together takes rebirth. But the bundle of thought and combined with karma. When you do the action, deed, thought, deed, and action, that action as a doer, past karma and the present karma combined together takes rebirth.
So the karma takes rebirth.
Yes, past, because when we say that
No, the karma takes rebirth, or the mind, does the karma take rebirth, or does the mind and ego carrying karma takes rebirth?
karma only pass on from one birth to the other to the, when we get a
But whose
another
karma?
birth, it is
No, correct. Who's suppose today I die. Karma belongs to whom?
the person who dies.
Who is that person who dies?
The
Body becomes ashes. So who carries the karma to the next rebirth? Who? Who carries?
I was under the impression the karma gets into the
No, you are
body.
right. No, the karma, you are right. The karma, because of the karma, but who is carrying it? Is the body going to be reborn?
No. In the new body,
Is the soul
it gets
going
into the new body.
there is no body. Body returns to dust. Is the soul going to be reborn?
No, soul also.
So who's going to be reborn?
It's a new body. It gets into.
Who is carrying the karma to rebirth? Who is carrying the karma? Krishna. You know the answer.
Okay.
You can't say it. Because the mind and ego is not letting you give the answer. Krishna, let me see. Krishna.
So Shivoham, sir.
Shivoham.
So you have taught us only two things happen on death. One is enlightened person will not, he is liberated, he will not come back. But now the question is who gets rebirth? So karma belongs to mind and ego. Okay. So the sthula sharir, the gross body is burnt here or it is destroyed. But then we are left with the subtle body and the causal sharir, causal body. Causal body is ignorance and mind and ego is a subtle body. So if you have not finished off your karma, if your karma is unsettled, mind and ego will carry the karma. Okay. And so in the new zygote, yes, sir.
No, continue.
Okay.
I'm not
So
disturbing you.
in the it appears in the new zygote, and then the soul comes in, and the new body and the new soul.
Who
It comes
appears
back.
who appears in the news I got?
Who appears? The mind and ego, the new karma embedded in the mind and ego. It appears in the new zygote. Then the life is given by the spark of unique
takes-
life, the
who
new
takes-
body,
who-
new soul.
So who takes rebirth? The mind and ego takes rebirth carrying karma.
Yeah.
No doubt.
If you are ignorant, if you are not
No-
liberated,
No
Yes.
doubt. Nah. No doubt. Nah.
why say everything is an illusion? You have taught us everything is an illusion. It's an appearance, but it is
Now
our ignorance.
now you don't escape the point. You are saying the mind and ego is carrying the karma and taking
Yeah.
rebirth.
Yes.
You told like this. Now
Mind
keep
and
quiet
ego
for
carries karma because life is
Now-
karma basically.
now listen
So
to me.
mind and ego carries karma.
Now
and
listen to me.
it appears.
Now listen to me. Now listen to
Yeah.
me. Now listen to me.
Yeah.
Does the mind exist?
Mind doesn't exist.
Does the ego exist?
It doesn't exist.
When it doesn't exist, how can it carry karma and take rebirth?
No, but as long as we are so sure that this is illusory and we are surely liberated, I am not this I, I'm not this mind and ego, then there is no rebirth. It is our ignorance only.
But how can a mind and ego that doesn't exist take rebirth? You're not answering that question.
Because of ignorance, no. So you have to liberate, matlab, you have
See.
to settle your account of karma. Karma takes rebirth then.
Suppose I tell you the street dog with 4 legs came into my house. You understand? The street cat with 4 legs came into my house. You understand?
Yeah.
The street dog with 16 legs came into my house.
Yeah. It is an
How
illusion.
the street dog with 16 legs came into my house?
If you can imagine in your ignorance, if you feel that it's an illusion or it's an appearance, right? It is just like a movie. You gave an example to someone.
You are trying to say, but you're not saying not correctly what answer. You have to explain correctly. When the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth? Yogini, Girish. Girish, you're back in action. Girish and Yogini. Yogini? Yogini. Yes,
Sir, due to ignorance, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Sir, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Due to ignorance, I think I am body, mind, and ego. So unless I don't realize neti neti tattvamasi, that is, I am not this, I am not the mind and the ego, and I transcend after realization, then I don't have the rebirth. But as long as I don't realize this, then I will come back in mind and ego, carrying karma.
Absolutely correct. But the question is that mind and ego which will come back does not exist, then how can it come back? Girish.
It does not exist.
Yeah, it does not exist. You are
Because
saying the mind.
of
You are
my
saying the mind and ego will come
ignorance.
back.
My ignorance, I'm thinking it is there.
So you are saying in ignorance, are you against the mind and ego
Due to
exist?
my ignorance, if I am not ignorant,
Okay, your signal is not clear.
then
as you
there is
yourself
no
said.
mind and ego. I am mind. I have a mind and ego. So now you can hear.
Yes, tell me.
So it's all just due to ignorance. Once that ignorance is cleared, that I understand and I enlighten myself that I'm not what I am, then there is no rebirth.
No, what you're trying to say is correct. But my question is still, when the mind and ego does not exist, how can it take rebirth? Girish is
It is
not
the
yet back. till Girish
It is
comes.
mind and ego, me, with their, I carry karma and I come back to
Correct.
this world.
Absolutely correct. That means that the mind and ego exist. That you are carrying karma and coming. It does not exist.
Yes, illusory, yes, illusion only it is.
No, it does not exist.
My ignorance will take me there, sir, that yes, I have a mind and ego. Though we are saying, you are telling mind is just a bundle of thoughts. The thoughts also come through the mind only, na? The 50 thoughts which you are telling, mind
What
kills
you are
50
saying, what you are saying
thoughts.
is right. What you are saying is right.
MK50. Yeah.
What you are saying is right,
Yeah.
but you should be able to explain it with conviction, like I told Blico. You should not have any hesitation. You are still having an element of hesitation. That is my problem. You should be able to say the answer without hesitation. So come back. Sukeshini.
Okay. Thank
Sukeshini. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, Sukeshini.
you.
So when I am ignorant, I am reborn because of mind and ego. But if I
Correct.
am enlightened, due to my enlightenment, I won't be reborn because the
Correct.
mind and ego does not exist. The
Correct.
consciousness does not exist. So I won't be reborn.
Correct. Correct. So the question is, when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth?
So we won't be reborn, sir.
Who takes rebirth? Who takes rebirth?
The consciousness which is ignorant.
No.
Having karma. Sorry.
Not the
having
consciousness.
Karma.
Who takes rebirth? Who takes rebirth?
Mind and ego. Having the answer.
Mind and
to
ego.
karma.
But when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth?
So is the question wrong?
I don't know. Sip will give the answer before end of the session. Sip will give the answer. Let us wait. I don't know myself the answer. Answer will come before 8:40. Ashok Nichani. Before the call is over, Sip will give the right answer. Ashok Nichani.
Shivam Sirji.
Shivam sir.
Sir, if the mind and ego is not there, there'll be no rebirth. There'll be no karma.
Correct.
There is no
Very good.
karma, the person is enlightened and he'll not take a rebirth.
Correct. Very good. Very good. So now I'm asking the question, who takes rebirth?
No karma. Then there is no rebirth.
Huh?
The mind and
No,
ego
but
will
who
not
takes
take
rebirth?
Huh?
But who
No one
takes,
takes
you
rebirth.
answer the nobody takes rebirth. Of course people take
No,
rebirth. Nah?
if there is no karma, there'll be no rebirth.
How can there be no karma? We all do karma, na?
That is not there. If the karma has vanished, there will be no mind and ego. That person is enlightened.
So the question, what is your answer? When the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth? What's your answer?
When the mind and ego doesn't exist, there'll be no rebirth because there'll be no karma. Karma is already, and the person is liberated.
But when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth? That answer you're not giving.
Sir, when the mind and ego, they don't take, when the karma is finished, the mind and ego don't take rebirth.
So are you telling rebirth happens or no?
Rebirth will happen only if karma is there. When there is no karma,
I'm
there is
asking
no rebirth.
Rebirth happens or no?
Rebirth happens.
You believe you believe in rebirth? You believe in rebirth?
Rebirth is only if karma is still there.
You believe in rebirth?
Yes, sir. Believe in rebirth.
Who takes rebirth?
Those who are having karma still pending.
Who takes rebirth?
People with karma whose karma is not.
Who takes rebirth?
The person who's still having
takes
karma.
rebirth? Who takes rebirth?
Rebirth. only the person who's having karma will take rebirth.
Premchandji, no, you are not. You are escaping the question. Premchandji,
Shivam Gurudev,
show him, sir.
few years back, I had read one
Anji.
story
Ah.
in which few years back, I had read one story in which an enlightened person who wanted to serve the world again demanded that he wants rebirth. The consciousness can take rebirth. Swami Ramakrishna Paramahans had asked his disciples to take rebirth for the
No,
to serve.
no, wrong.
So I think the consciousness can take rebirth.
No. Consciousness does not take rebirth. The mind and ego takes rebirth.
When Ramakrishna asked his disciples to take rebirth, and then they were not interested.
No, that's not a right story. Please send me the story. The story is not properly narrated.
Ramakrishna
Please
does not ask.
No. What you're saying, consciousness takes rebirth, wrong.
No, I'm just asking. Acha, so it may be in other form, but I think that the consciousness can take rebirth as per guidance of his guru.
Premchandji, let me explain to you. Will the
Yes,
body
sir.
be reborn? The body be reborn?
No.
No. Will the soul be reborn?
No.
No. The only entity that gets reborn is the mind and ego. It carries karma, and it appears in a new body when a new
Yes, sir.
soul gives it life. This
Yes,
is the
sir.
truth. This is the
Yes, sir.
absolute truth.
Yes, sir.
Abhi सवाल ये है. The mind and ego takes rebirth.
Yes, sir.
But the mind and ego don't exist. If they don't exist, how they can take rebirth?
That I don't know, but I read and I have told that the Ramakrishna asked his enlightened disciples to take rebirth.
No. That story, you please send it to me. That is the wrong story. Bliko, please wait for second round. Bliko, you're in the queue. Sophia. So Premchandji, wait for the answer to come. Sophia.
Yes, I bow down to AiR and Silk. Thank you so much. Sir, I'm still confused, but I'm trying to. So if somebody is enlightened, they will not take rebirth. But if somebody is not enlightened and they have still the karmas and they still have body and mind and ego, then they will, body will go, right? It will be in ashes. But body will die for them also, like, but still their karma is pending, right? So they will take a rebirth in that energy. Any soul means that energy is there, right?
Yeah.
Energy is coming. It is that soul is gone, but that soul is an energy, right? So it will take new soul. So it will take a new energy and go in, just take a birth because they have to finish their karma.
Correct. So correct. So who takes rebirth?
The person who is not enlightened.
Yeah, correct. So who takes rebirth? The body?
No, the energy, soul.
No.
Yes.
No. Soul does not take rebirth. No.
Yeah.
Body
No,
does not take
not
rebirth.
that same soul. Not same soul. But it has to.
No. How can it take rebirth? Rebirth means same soul.
Yeah, the person who is not enlightened.
Who is that person who takes rebirth? What is that entity which takes rebirth?
Who is not enlightened.
Correct. So that in that person who's not enlightened, who takes rebirth? Body, mind, ego, soul. Who?
Body.
Nobody.
Body, no. Energy.
No.
Energy. The soul.
No.
Okay. The thoughts are. There are many thoughts, right?
No. See, when you say the wrong answer, it gets confusing to everybody. So please wait. Don't
Sorry.
You be clear.
No, I'm not clear. I'm not clear.
Sophia, you said one of the most beautiful things nobody told. But after telling the most beautiful thing, you are confused.
Yes.
You told one very beautiful thing. Wait. So we will come to the answer. Dr. Krishan. Girish, you are there, right? After Dr. Krishan, we'll give Girish next after Dr. Krishan.
Shivam Guruji, In
Sure.
my reply, I divide my reward in two parts. First one part for enlightenment person who realize that I'm not this mind, body, and ego, then he will free from the karma and he will not reborn. He got mukti, nirvana in this in this term only. In second reward, a person who is due to ignorance he himself think that I'm this mind, body, and ego, and his uh, unsettled karma will reborn at as a new zygote in and he will reborn as a zygote. His unsettled karma will reborn, not his mind
Who?
or ego.
Who will be reborn? Who? Not, so not the mind and ego, only karma.
Only karma, unsettled karma.
Karma will be born without mind and ego.
Karma carry mind and ego, but these are
Karma
not
is carrying the mind and ego, or mind and ego is carrying the karma.
karma bring carry the mind and ego.
No, Christian, you're getting confused. The point is definitely जो भी आपने कहा सही कहा, सब कुछ सही कहा. पुनर्जन्म कौन लेता है? बॉडी ने लेता है, सोल ने लेता है. पुनर्जन्म कौन लेता है? कर्मों के कारण कौन पुनर्जन्म लेता है?
यस. और
कौन लेता है पुनर्जन्म?
हाँ, कर्म हमारे इग्नोरेंस की वजह से है. अगर इसी जन्म में इग्नोरेंस हमें रियलाइज हो गया कि इग्नोरेंस अज्ञानता के नहीं है और हम ना ये माइंड है ना ये ईगो है, तो हम फ्री हो जाएंगे. अगर हमारे वो अज्ञानता बनी रही, इग्नोरेंस बनी रही, तो इग्नोरेंस अनसेटल कर्मा के साथ में वो करती है, रिबर्न करती है.
कौन रिबर्थ करता है?
अनसेटल कर्मा एंड इग्नोरेंस.
And no mind and ego.
Not mind and ego.
Okay, you are bringing a new theory. आपने अपना नया thesis बता दिया आज के कॉल में. Girish, let us see how Girish explains. Yes, Girish, how are you feeling today? I hope you are good. Girish, you are back in action? Are you back in action?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Master,
As
Girish
lo-
will try. Tell us, Girish.
As long as I continue to be in the realm of ignorance, I say, I am born, I will die, I am the enjoyer, I am the doer, then karma will immediately stick to me. And me with the unsettled karma will carry it forward and appear as in a rebirth. First of all, if I take this birth as real, then the karma also becomes real and the cycle continues. If I realize that everything is Maya, Leela, then on bodily death, there is nothing coded which can carry forward yummy to have a rebirth.
So I'm again asking you the question.
Yes.
Who takes rebirth?
Yummy with the unsettled carried forward karma. But
100%.
if we realize that that is not the ultimate truth, that is only an appearance in ignorance, then that person is free from karma and so on. By even from the
Then there-
rebirth, he is free.
Then there is no rebirth, correct?
Yes.
But the question is, when the rebirth is there, who takes rebirth?
If he takes birth and death and rebirth as real, everything becomes real in that realm. If he
No, so
realizes,
I'm asking the question very directly.
yes,
Who takes rebirth?
the appearing apparent me.
Correct. But that
Yes.
apparent appearing me does not exist. Then how it can take rebirth?
But due to I being the enjoyer and doer, I give existence to it, a permanent existence. I only give in my notion. So the cycle continues. So if I mind and ego's appearance and this basically inert bodies, sentient is due to consciousness that we forget.
No, Girish,
There,
Girish, in this call, very simple answer, Girish.
yes,
Who takes rebirth?
yummy.
If ME does not exist, then who takes rebirth? How can it take rebirth?
When I take yummy as existing, then only rebirth will take. If I realize yummy is not there, then no question of rebirth.
Okay.
So it depends upon me to what extent reality I provide to that.
Good, Girish. Girish also in line number 2. Girish, you can, if you want. See, all I'm telling you all, it's not that you all don't know the answer. All of you know the answer. All of you know the answer. No, most of you know the answer. But the ME does not let you get the answer properly. So, Rajendra Pandit, आपने first round, Rajendra Pandit, Bliko second round, Atmatray second round, Shivani second round. Raji also, I think, second round. No, Raji? First round? First round. Okay. Rajendra and Raji. I want the
Shivam,
answer
sir.
coming in 5 minutes. Yes, please.
Shivam, sir, Shivam.
Sure.
Sir, I think ignorance of I causes mind and ego. Because of ignorance of I, it appears, mind and ego appears. So it is I which takes rebirth
Rajendra,
in the shape of.
Rajendra. When the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth?
Because of I, ignorance of I, they appear.
When the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth?
It is I am. It is I which
अरे
takes rebirth.
आंसर दो ना यार, मैं इतना सिंपल क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूँ.
Sir, I have tried.
नहीं, my idea is to teach you. My idea is to teach you. Then tomorrow मैं अगर मर गया तो भी आपको आंसर देना है.
Yes.
अगर मैं मर गया कल तो आंसर कौन देगा?
नहीं आप नहीं मरोगे.
मैं नहीं मरूंगा, ये बॉडी तो मरेगा ना. Body तो मरेगा. Raji, when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth?
Sure,
What
mind
answer?
and
Girish, you all must tell the answer very clearly. When the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth? Somebody asked the question means when it's just like, I don't have time to play with you all right now. I don't have time, I think, to play any tricks. No, there's no time. Tomorrow we will tomorrow if there is time, I will tell you all the how a dog has got 5 tails. I have told you all this. Does the dog have 3 tails? Does the dog have 3 tails?
only one tail.
No, only 1 tail. One dog has 1 tail. Correct, Raji?
Correct.
No dog has got 2 tails. Correct? No dog has
Correct.
got 2 tails. And
Correct.
one dog has
Correct.
1 tail more than no dog. One dog has 1 tail more than no dog. Suppose you are not a dog, but the dog has 1 tail more than no dog because you have no tail. One dog has 1 tail more than no dog. And no dog has got 2 tails. Therefore, dog has 3 tails. Okay, this tomorrow. This is tomorrow. Now you forget about this. Now, when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth?
Sure, when there is no mind and ego, there is no rebirth.
Arey wah.
Because you are enlightened.
So when the mind
The
and ego don't
rebirth
exist, how can...
takes place only mind and ego is there. When there is no mind and no ego, then when there is no mind and ego, then why rebirth? There is no rebirth. Gone, no. Everything over. So we have nothing to go.
See how look at the beautiful answer. Did you hear the answer what she said? Raji said, repeat Raji, when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth, Raji?
When there is no mind and ego, there is no rebirth. You
Then
got
who takes
enlightened.
rebirth?
No mind and ego. Only one who is
Now I'm asking the second question you answered. Now first you said when there's no mind and ego, they don't take rebirth, you said correctly. Then who takes rebirth?
Correct.
Then who takes rebirth?
No, but it is only who is having mind and who thinks that he is having mind and only appearance. To transcend the karma, they take rebirth to finish off the karma. Mind and ego only, in the form of mind and ego, to transcend the karma, they take rebirth. When there is no mind and once you think that I don't have mind and ego, then you are free. No rebirth for
You have
them.
to think. You have to think they have don't have mind and ego.
One who thinks that there is mind and ego, only he has to take rebirth. For those who are transcended, there is no mind and ego, for him no rebirth.
So who takes rebirth?
No, that is one.
Who takes rebirth?
He is having mind and ego. One who thinks that he is having mind and ego. If you say I don't have mind, no ego, so no rebirth.
See how easily Raji gave answer. Let me see whether your answer is close to the truth. Bliko, I'm waiting for you. Atmatray, Shivani, Raji. Rumataji, batao. Rumataji, and then second round. Bliko, we're coming to you after Rumataji. Rumataji, bataiye.
प्रणाम गुरुजी शिवोहम गुरुजी हम कहते हैं कि माइंड एंड ईगो डोंट एग्जिस्ट but mind is there, that's why nobody is able to answer the question. Mind is created by us only due to ignorance.
So
mind and ego we are not free from mind and ego, that's why mind and ego is coming in rebirth. If we overcome it, then no rebirth.
So answer kya hai? When the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth?
Guruji, we create it now. Thoughts are coming.
Answer dona hai. Rumataji, when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth?
Because Guruji, we are not able to cremate the mind fully.
When the mind and ego, I see your mind is taking you away again.
No, Guruji, then no rebirth. If mind and ego is not there, then no rebirth.
Good. Bliko, we have got quickly, Bliko, Atmatray, Shivani, and Sophia, and then I will give you my conclusion. Bliko.
So there is no mind and ego. When there is no mind and ego, there is no rebirth. So question ends there. Number one. And the rebirth, if you start thinking rebirth, that is mind and ego's business, which is not applicable to the person who has no mind and ego. So this is like a transactional reality and ultimate reality. Ultimate reality, there is no rebirth. There is nothing like rebirth. Okay, but to explain Maya, we have to go into the transactional reality and explain all these things, mind and ego and this and that, carry karma and this. That's the thing.
Okay, thank you. And I don't want to tease you anymore. Atmatray. Well said, Bliko. Well done. Well said. Atmatray.
Shivam sir, the mind and ego does not exist. To settle the karmas, Jivatma takes rebirth.
No. No. You just listen to it carefully before the end of the call. Don't miss the answer correctly. Shivani ji.
Okay.
Yes.
You know the answer, Atmatray, but capture correctly.
I think the I sense that appears and sees itself as this body and mind. And there are a lot of unsettled desires. Unsettled, or there are many desires that are not fulfilled. It takes the rebirth.
See, this is a problem. All of you read lot of other things, lot of wrong things, and you get caught in these things. It is not unsettled desires. This is completely wrong. We should not get caught in this wrong. It is unsettled karma, not unsettled desire. Because desires are unsettled. Okay, there are some desires unsettled, but I have enlightened, the desires disappear. I don't have the desires anymore. Don't use the term unsettled desire. Please use the term unsettled karma. But let's give you the answer quickly. We have got two more people, Sophia and Krishna. Yes, please.
Yes, so I feel that if mind and body is not there, so nothing will take rebirth.
Correct.
Nobody.
So then?
Nobody will take rebirth.
But rebirth is happening all the time.
But that is...
Okay, listen to the answer after Krishna. Krishna? Krishna?
It is soul. Actually, it is soul as and the spark of unique life. No, so the energy is from the soul. And this I got in soul, and once it is formed, the mind and ego, the karma appears. It is a combined process, and it is a combined process. No, it's all happens simultaneously, and we have the limitations of language.
Oh, Krishna.
From your dog example, I think it's a
Krishna,
language.
after today's call, you will give the answer correctly. Please pay attention. So I like what Bliko said in the beginning. I like what Girish said, and I give the cake to Raji. Raji gave the answer so clearly. And when I said the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth? What did Raji say? When the mind and ego don't exist, they don't take rebirth. So please be clear. When the mind, Raji, this is what you told Raji. When the mind and ego don't exist, they don't take rebirth. So therefore, this is the answer. When the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth? When the mind and ego don't exist, they don't take rebirth. Will you all remember this clearly what I'm saying? When the mind and ego exist, they take rebirth. When the mind and ego don't exist, they don't take rebirth. Is the answer difficult what I'm saying? Is the answer very difficult? When the mind and ego exist, they take rebirth. When the mind and ego don't exist, they don't take rebirth. But when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth? They can't. Listen clearly, listen carefully, listen very, very carefully. And tomorrow's open session, you can ask again. As long as the mind and ego exist, they will take rebirth. Clear? Am I saying? Is it complicated what I'm saying? Krishna, you understand? As long as mind and ego exist, they will take rebirth. Correct? When mind and ego don't exist, they don't take rebirth. Rajendra, samajh mein aa raha hai? When the mind and ego don't exist, they don't take rebirth. But if the mind and ego exist, then who takes rebirth? When the mind and ego exist, then who take rebirth? When the mind and ego exist, then the mind and ego takes rebirth. Did you get the answer or you did not get the answer? Who wants to try? I'll take 2-3 minutes extra quickly. Come on. Who wants to explain the answer? Raji, you explain quickly answer, Raji. First, Raji, you explain the Raji and Bliko. Raji, Bliko, Girish, and then I will give extra 2 minutes bonus time today. Who wants to give the answer? Quickly, you have to give only answer. Quick, Raji.
Yes. One who, if there is no mind and ego, no rebirth. But one who thinks that there is mind and ego, rebirth is for them who thinks that they are having mind and ego. That's it. Over.
But when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they be rebirth?
No rebirth. When mind and ego don't exist, there is no rebirth.
Good. Bliko. Good. Bliko. Yes, Bliko.
One who is enlightened thinks that there is no mind and ego. He never take the rebirth. He realized that he is not mind and ego. He don't take rebirth. One who is enlightened will take rebirth because they think that they are mind and ego, and their karma will attach and you will get.
Be very clear. Say it out of conviction. Is it a difficult answer? No.
No.
When there's no mind and ego, how can they take rebirth? When there's no mind and ego, there can be no rebirth. When there's no mind and ego, there can be no rebirth. The moment the mind and ego exist, there will be rebirth. Girish, you want to say Girish? Is Girish there?
Yes.
Is Girish? Yes, Girish, explain.
Mind, the appearance of mind and ego, if we consider that is up to the state of becoming Karana Sharir, then it will have rebirth. If we consider Karana Sharir is nothing but ignorance,
if you give such a long answer, first of all, your voice is getting cut. If you give such a my signal is my signal wrong? Can you all hear Girish?
Yes.
Or Girish is getting cut? Yes, Girish.
Yes. As long as there is Karana Sharir, it will cause the effect of rebirth to appear. If there is no Karana Sharir, then its effect also not there, no rebirth.
Girish, you have to say it in one line. That's the challenge, Girish.
Yes, sir.
One line you want to attempt,
Yes.
Girish? When the mind and ego
Karana
don't exist,
Sharir.
no, Girish, Girish, when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth?
Yes. Yes. They cannot.
Okay, your voice is getting cut off, Girish. Dr. Krishnan, are you speaking? Otherwise, I would like to close.
Yes.
सर मैं 1 साल पहले जब मैं स्कूल पे ज्वाइन नहीं कर रहा था, मैं इग्नोरेंस के वजह से अपने आप को माइंड एंड ईगो मान रहा था. अगर मैंने अपने आप को माइंड एंड ईगो माना हुआ है तो अनसेटल कर्मों की वजह से मुझे रीबर्न लेना पड़ेगा, दोबारा जन्म लेना पड़ेगा. बट ये कुल ज्वाइन करने के बाद में मुझे अनुभूति हुई मैं ना माइंड हूँ ना ईगो हूँ. और अगर माइंड इंडिगो मेरे डिस्टोर हो गए और मैं इन कर्मों से मुक्ति मिल गई तो मुझे रिबर्न नहीं होगा, मैं इनलाइटनमेंट हो जाऊंगा.
Thank you. Atmatray, last. Atmatray, last. Thank you, Dr. Krishan. Atmatray.
Sir, if there is mind and ego, they will take rebirth.
Good.
If there is no mind and ego, there is no rebirth.
So, Atmatray, when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth?
There is no rebirth.
Correct. Now you understand the answer. I want all of you to be master. Rajendra, samjhe? When the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth? Answer kya hai? Rajendra ji, when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth? Rajendra, when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth? Unmute.
If mind and ego doesn't exist to it of an enlightened person, they will not take rebirth.
But when the mind and ego don't exist, how can they take rebirth?
If mind and ego don't exist, they cannot take rebirth, sir. That
Krishna,
means
did
the
you
person is person is enlightened. If a person is not enlightened, he is in ignorance, then the mind and ego will appear and he will take rebirth.
Today's session is very, very important for you to be in that state of enlightenment, everybody. All of you, please attempt it. And tomorrow, when we meet, we will talk again. With folded hands, I bow down to you.